What is up? Nathan, say something. Come on.
Hi.
Yeah, this is Nathan. I'm Trip.
Usually your intros are a lot longer, so
well,
I
was trying to be
expecting it
inclusive.
To keep going.
Look, we're going to be inclusive here, Nathan. We think you should come to BeerCamp. Theology BeerCamp in California. Southern California. Redondo Beach, to be exact. January 19th to 21st.
Who doesn't want to be in Southern California on the beach in the middle of January?
And you don't even like California
I don't even like California necessarily.
But in January.
In January, it's beautiful.
You're like, it's better than being in Ohio. Personally, I think that's kind of a 365 thing, but nonetheless. Look, I'm not trying to pick on your state. I'm just trying to encourage people who are sitting there on the fence, and they said, so what is even going to happen? And I came up with 10 reasons you should come to BeerCamp. That's what I'm talking. This is called the hard sell. And
we gotta get real serious though.
Well, no, because these 10 reasons I think will persuade the right people to come, not the wrong ones, because the wrong ones will be Debbie Downers. There's only a limited number of tickets because an insurance policy where you serve beer for 3 days while you discuss God.
It's very easy to get.
It's easy to get. It's also expensive. So we have a very limited number of tickets, and over half of them are already gone. So 10 reasons. You can assess which one you think.
Okay.
Right?
All
right. Number one, we already mentioned it. It's January, and you're going to get the sun and junk in LA. So you're going to get sunny time. It's going to be warmer, and you'll be able to wear like your jeans and a very stylish T-shirt, like almost old time till nighttime. Then you put a jacket on.
It's perfect.
Yeah,
it's perfect.
That's a
weather.
good reason.
Yeah.
You need sun. You need sun in your life. S-U-N and S-O-N. Yeah, because it's a camp, like a church camp.
Yeah.
Where they're like Sunfest with an O. All right, number two, since it's Theology Beer Camp, it has lots of craft beer. We've already got over 10 different craft breweries going to be dropping some brews. And we're going to have a bottle share where everyone brings beer from all over the country from where they go. And then we will all taste it, share it.
Idea.
You know what I mean?
That's a great idea.
And
that alone is worth it.
I know, because the level of beer nerdiness of the people coming is so high. Like, you're not going to you show up and someone's like, have you tasted my Blue Moon? And our friends at Brew Theology in Colorado, they said they're going to bring a stack of the best bourbon barrel-aged stouts.
Oh.
And they were like, we're going to own you and your West Coast hoppy beers.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, you'll agree.
I agree.
Nathan doesn't like hoppy things. He likes sour things. He likes beer that's closer to coffee. Anyway, we're going to do that. That's number two. Number three, at night, holy smokes. Yeah, so at night, this is one of the perks of having really cool sponsors for an event. They're like, I want to sponsor Holy Smokes. That's a time where at night we're tasting the higher gravity beers, the sour beers, the things that go really good with cigars. They're going to provide cigars to hang out and talk, and there'll be different fire pits with different theologians at it for you to go hang out, ask your questions and stuff.
Bonus points if you can blow smoke rings, halos.
Yeah. Well, it was a joke. Holy smokes, you don't have to smoke cigars. We're by the beach. There's lots of wind, so it's not even like it gets in your face. I know there's probably someone from Portland that's really disturbed by that. Cause
I have a pipe. I like doing that.
But if they're from Portland, they're like, I want to roll a joint. And I have no opinion about that. Because you never know who's going to...
At least not until that proposition passes.
So it depends on how tomorrow goes. All right, then on Friday and Saturday morning, we're going to have art time. Like Mike Hernandez, Exile Child, like street prophetic artist in LA, is going to be doing 2 different art projects. You'll get to take the stuff home, right? And they're helping you reflect on your faith, the questions and doubts and all that kind of stuff.
That was one of my favorite parts of the adult VBS thing we did in the summer. His art projects were just amazing.
Yeah. And he's fun to hang out with.
Oh, yeah, he's hilarious.
So he's going to be hanging out. We're going to be doing art stuff. And then later in the day, the stuff you do for art will function for conversation things and whatnot. All right, here's another one. We have a whole bunch of the different homebrewed related people there. Not just Nathan and me will be there, but Amy Pyatt, Christian Pyatt. They're married. That's why they have the same last name. And they do the Culture Cast. Also, Johnny Russell's going to be in the house. And he's going to be participating in the First Nights Live podcast, where we're going to have a 90s karaoke battle. Well, now you know that's going to happen. And Barry Taylor's going to be there. There's some other friends of the podcast that are going to be there and things, but I think I talked about them later in this because if you don't do a video perfect, then they lower their expectations and pay more attention to the content. So this is my scripted authenticity. We're going to have authentic tacos at the event. You'll probably also hear a discussion of what an authentic taco is.
That's a side thing.
No, we're really going to have
food trucks
and stuff. So when you're like, oh, I'm getting a ticket, yeah, you're also...
We want you to have the full LA experience.
Full LA experience. You're going to get the sun. You're going to get to taste all sorts of beverages. You're going to have to hang out till late in the evening, theologize. You're going to have art time.
Does everyone get like a skateboard too when they...
Don't tell them all that's in
sorry.
the swag bag. That's our last... We'll go ahead and skip there. There's going to be like the coolest swag bag. Like when you come, on top of just the experience... Like what you're going to be getting in your swag bag is going to include like books. You're going to have multiple different beer-themed paraphernalia, like taster glasses, a beer mat, pint glass, maybe it's a secret, but I could go ahead and say it, but pretend a really sweet like pin of the homebrewed monk.
That's a cool thing.
Yeah, I've been wanting to get them, and this is a good reason to get it for
that's
a swag bag. People are going to rock a monk.
There it is.
And people are like, "What's up with that? What is that? Is that a monk? Is that Luther drinking?" You're like, "Yes, and." Yeah, there are other, and there's gonna be like books by the authors that are all gonna be at it. We're working real hard so that
I didn't know that.
You didn't?
No.
Ha!
That's
See?
great.
So like you see Christian be there, and his new book, they changed the title on it. It was
Did he?
It originally was like Asshole Christian.
Yeah.
But he modified it.
Holiness.
Yeah. I call it Asshole Christian. But everyone will get the book. Then we got like Jason Michelli's going to be there.
Nice.
So like the whole goal is to get where you come, you aren't like having to buy the books. You're getting them.
Make sure there's extra room in your suitcase for on the way back.
And a Theology BeerCamp t-shirt. Everyone needs a camp t-shirt and a picture. I don't know a number on. Wait.
This is numbers.
There's two homebrewed podcasts on Thursday and Friday night with things like the 90s karaoke battle. The giant whiteboard mega talk that Barry Taylor and I have been working on for over 2 years.
Not necessarily together, but...
Well, no, we've talked about it for 2 years. We're having built a giant whiteboard that may or may not be slightly similar to Rob Bell's, except that our talk doesn't go like this, and it's not just like a big one like the first Everything is Spiritual. It's shaped like an arrow, but it's more rounded than an arrow. And Mike's going to be drawing on it so you don't have to look at our handwriting. And it's going to be exploring the depths of all of existence and junk.
It's like those videos that you watch where the people are drawing little...
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be sweet.
It's going to blow your mind. We're going to play an Ask the Pastor game with a number of homebrewed Christianity friends where they have to stay in certain famous, more conservative theological characters as they Ask the Pastor questions. There's going to be an IPA battle. There's going to be like 5 different IPAs from SoCal during the podcast. And then you all be deciding who wins, right? First one to float that keg. That's the winner of the IPA battle. It's very participatory.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's amazing podcasts are going to be there. Not just Homebrewed. Christianity will be here. Culture Cast is be here with Christian and Amy. The Brew Theology Group from Colorado is going to be in the house. Crackers and Grape Juice is going to be there. And I know it's a Methodist podcast. That's why they talk about grape juice. But we're not going to drink grape juice when they're talking. My buddy, he has a pretty face and a slightly above average intellect. Luke from Newsworthy with Norsworthy is going to be there. And man, have we got a little challenge? Did I even tell you what we're gonna do?
No.
Oh, well, I don't want to tell now because I'm gonna try to taunt him on his podcast. That was my taunt face. All right.
I think we're at number 9.
Yeah, theological tailgate party. Boom. We're gonna have a tailgate party, like straight up with like koozies, canned beer, eating in a parking lot with chairs, performances out of a back of a truck. It's going to be straight up a theological tailgate party. And I have been to every theological tailgate party that's ever happened. And this is going to be better than every other theological tailgate party in history.
I believe that
I
wholeheartedly.
know. I'm rarely an absolutist, but I am 100% confident that our theological tailgate party is going to be cooler than every other tailgate party that's probably ever happened. Because I've been to all of them. And there's also during it, there's going to be a cornhole tournament.
Mm.
Yeah. And we're going to be pairing up. And the thing is that I expect homebrewed Christianity to dominate the cornhole tournament. Last time we had a big cornhole tournament at the Theology After Google event a few years ago, I lost in the final round to Barry Taylor and Doug Padgett.
That's just wrong.
Then I had another big cornhole battle where a bunch of Fuller students were in a D-Min class with Tony Jones played, and I beat Tony, but Ryan Parker, who's been on the podcast, does the movie things and stuff, his team beat me in the final, so I am going to win, and because I know I'm going to win, I'm getting a really sweet cornhole trophy made. Because when you leave Theology Beer Camp as a cornhole
That's
champ,
actually the art project Mike is going to have us work on.
when you come in and he's like, these are very dried pieces of corn. Now we're gonna mold it out. Anyway, yes, we're gonna have a cornhole tournament, and everyone to get paired out. So when you get your tickets and it says like which is your favorite podcast, and you pick that. That way you're with people from that podcast and people that listen to that podcast for the different team competitions at a good camp. Yeah.
If you don't know what cornhole is, you'll find out.
Yeah, Google it. And last, you're going to get, like, hardcore straight-up theology. Like, not just all the homebrewed people and the podcast people are going to be there, but Adam Clark is going to be there. He is writing the Homebrewed Christianity Guide to Salvation. He is an excellent communicator around black theology in America, prophetic tradition stuff. I mean, you've hung out with him.
Yeah, he's awesome. I really love hanging out with Adam. I can't wait to have him back out here again. And he's from Cincinnati, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ohio.
Yeah. Which is why he probably is coming. Because he's like, it's January.
Yeah, January. I'm not.
I got a GTO. It doesn't work without the F.
No.
I was just self-editing. Anyway, Clement Haskins is going to be here. She is a womanist theologian. We were friends from Claremont, and we've got to work together. And super pumped. She also is like she dominated like college basketball.
So I hear.
So you should just Google her and see some of the highlight reels. I didn't know that till I had a friend that
there is a basketball hoop out here.
Oh, yeah. Then if things work out, I'll just we'll have a 2-on-2 basketball tournament as long as Tim Burnett's on my team. Because I played against him one time. Playing against a 6'9" guy that played college basketball, when you even with moves like mine,
yeah,
it didn't go well.
It didn't go well.
I had to use my son. I'm like, Elgin, get in front of him and make sure your elbow's up. Like Eric Hall's going to be here. Wrote the Homebrewed Christianity Guide to God. He's going to be in the house, and we have a small quarrel we're going to need to settle after he went on other podcasts who are going to be here and talk junk about me and process theology. You hear that, Eric? Yeah. Not only that, there are actually there's more theologians, and they'll be announced soon. And that's but
it's going to be all new stuff too, right?
Yeah, no one's allowed to repeat things.
So if you've heard something from some of these people recently, it's going to be all new.
No talking of stuff you've already heard. And yeah. So what do you think?
I think those are 10 great reasons.
10. And there's probably more reasons, but we were just making this video and trying to inspire you. So, but if you do have questions, then you can holler at us on the interwebs. But go ahead, get your tickets. We got, you'll get information. There's a Facebook group for everyone that got their tickets, so they can give input and things as it gets close. You can get access to where we're staying.
Yep.
Get
Group
roommates,
yep.
Save that kind of thing, and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. And and if you're a student, you should message us too. Like if you're in divinity school or whatever, and you're like you have a student discount, then you should email us and we'll work it out. It just depends on what school you go to.
Some cost extra. Sorry.
Yeah. I'm not gonna make fun of Duke on a video, but all right. Anyway, there you go. Peace out.